A verdict in the trial for the woman accused of hitting her boyfriend with her car during a snowstorm and leaving him to die. A man arrested in Mississippi after deputies say he shot a woman in Semmes is back in Alabama. The search for a missing 10-year-old ends. This is News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here this Wednesday, halfway through the work week. I'm Cherish Lombard, and we are going to do what we do every weekday here on News 5 Now. We will walk through 5 big stories of the day, as well as see how you answered the News 5 Now poll of the day and question of the day. So, without further ado, here we go. We start with the big stories. Number 5. The woman accused of hitting her boyfriend with her car and leaving him to die in a snowstorm found not guilty of murder and manslaughter. Karen Reed was only found guilty of driving under the influence in the 2022 death of her boyfriend and Boston officer John O'Keefe. The judge in this case sentenced Reed to 1-year probation. Number 4, a date is set for the trial of a man accused of killing 18 people in Birmingham between 2023 and 2024. Damian McDaniel is scheduled to go to trial in April, first for a shooting that claimed 4 lives and injured more than a dozen others outside of a nightclub in the 5 Point South neighborhood. McDaniel maintains his innocence. Number 3, a man charged with attempted murder accused of shooting a woman in Semmes is back in Alabama after being arrested in Mississippi. Ronald Graham II was booked into Mobile County Metro Jail today, 3 days after his arrest in McGee, which is about 40 minutes outside of Jackson. He was taken into custody after reports of a man acting suspiciously near a dumpster outside of a restaurant. Deputies say he shot a woman on Highwood Circle North off Schillinger Road on June 4th. He is charged with attempted murder, menacing, and first-degree domestic violence. Number 2, Austal successfully launched its first steel ship. The USNS Billy Frank Jr. went into the water for the first time on Saturday. The vessel is a towing, salvage, and rescue ship for the Navy, and the first of 3 like it that will be built by Austal. Number 1, Okaloosa County Sheriff's deputies announced they are ending their active search efforts for 10-year-old Trinity S. Linder today. Trinity was last seen swimming near Destin East Pass Thursday night. Deputies will continue to patrol the area as part of regular operations. Those are your 5 big stories of the day. Now we move to the question of the day. And here it is. Wallet Hub ranks Mobile 24th best run city in the United States. Do you agree? Here we go. Kat Marie, you forgot a few zeros. Sandy, absolutely laughable. Stuart, run into the ground. Iris, if you mean in the ground, absolutely. Michael, firefighters sure don't see that. Wesley, to get shot in. Lorraine, out of 25? No. Dustin, or the other 23 cities, Los Angeles. Sharetta, probably in 1980. Sheila, who told that lie? William, better run than Cleveland, Ohio, that's for sure. Chuck, echoing what we heard earlier with Lorraine, maybe 24th out of 25. Tom, another one that says ran into the ground. Will, 24th best run or 24th most dangerous city in the U.S. Most of the comments look about the same. Says who voted, that's a joke, not even 44th. 24th from the bottom of the list. All right, well, there you go. Those are the answers to your question of the day. How about we move to the poll of the day and see what you're saying? Votes are in. The poll of the day asks, do you think summer break is long enough? 81% of votes say no, of course not. Can't disagree with that. 19% voted yes, maybe the heat, if you're thinking about it that way. Let's talk about tomorrow's question of the day and poll of the day. Here's your question. What is your favorite hidden gem on the Gulf Coast? Then the poll of the day has to do with the story that I just put together about artificial dyes. If you missed it, please take a look on WKRG.com. It's on the main page, and it could add years to your life if you know what you are doing and you follow some of these guidelines the doctor talks about in the story I did, and this mom who has cut artificial dyes from her family's lives. Here's the poll. Do you and your children eat foods containing artificial dyes? And here's how I would answer that. Probably, yes, because most of us are not looking at the labels 24/7. Every time we go in and shop, I must say I am now, but that's something to think about. And I bet if you go through your pantry like I did, most of what is in your pantry contains at least one artificial dye. It's very interesting. So you can go ahead and answer the poll, answer the question, and then we will share the results right here tomorrow on News 5 Now. Tonight, hope you'll join us for WKRG News 5 at 6:30, then to our sister station. That is Channel 55.1. That's where you can get your 9 o'clock news, and then your 10 o'clock news back on WKRG. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, stay positive. Bye.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.